There are many ways state government, all those of can make money, all those of us building mansions in Southeast, mansions in many parts of the country, we should be made to pay tenement rate, ground rent, and everything. So I can tell you the state government need to be up and doing.
When I saw the Igbos putting up their mansions from the villages and the jealousy that erupted on social media, I knew it would be a matter of time before the government come for them. That was the former governor of Ogun State, Olusegun Osoba, who was asked how government can attract foreign direct investment, advising Tinubu and state governors on how to raise taxes. He said they should tax mansion owners, specifically mentioning the ones in the southeast, in order to raise more revenue. In this interview, he talked about having the ear of the president, how you can walk in and out of the villa advising the president. He talked about the Igbos being entitled to having the presidency rather than them collaborating. I don't know who is more entitled. Tinubu using the slogan Emilokon, and who didn't even visit the southeast during his primary consultation, or Peter Obi that campaigned in all the 36 states of the federation during his primary consultation being entitled. The fact that he was being asked to talk about foreign direct investment and he started mentioning mansions in the southeast shows that there is a background discussion going on. Remember, he said he has the ear of the president. The truth is that Nigeria has never had a revenue problem. It has always been a spending problem. About 40 years ago, General Gowon, the then head of state, was quoted as saying that Nigeria has so much money that they don't know how to spend it. Of course, we've seen lavish spending in Tinubu's administration and past president. Or have you forgotten the former secretary to the federation, who is nicknamed the grass cutter under President Muhammadu Buhari, who used 500 million to cut grass in Aso Rock Villa? In all his advice to Tinubu and the governors, he never advised them to cut the cost of government. The cost of governance in Nigeria is at a criminal level. Nigeria has no business running this large, ineffective contingent in government at this critical time in our history. At all levels of government, the federal, the state, the local government, the Brazilians steal the public money. Governance in Nigeria has now become service to cronies, friends, family, well-wishers, rather than serving the goodwill of the people. Just look at the budget that these states and the federal government turn out. You will be baffled. How in the world are they spending billions when some of the procurement or expenditure can be done for about 10% of the cost? Look at the outrageous sum of money that was budgeted for the purchasing of vehicles for National Assembly members, Office of the Chief of Staff to the President, Vice President, the purchase of presidential yachts, paying of hotel bills for the president's contingent in Unga, or the recent COP28 expenditure in Dubai. So this is where the problem lies, and not in generating revenue. If they are not able to manage the little revenue that they earn judiciously, they cannot manage more. If they are able to earn more, they will end up wasting and stealing it. And since they don't want to cut the cost of governance, they cannot eat their cake and have it. Not that property tax should not be paid, but what incentive has the government given to the people who build these mansions, especially in the southeast? How have they been able to help their businesses? Imagine a commercial region like the southeast not having a functional seaport. This is ridiculous to say the least, or let's say a deliberate attempt to sabotage the economy of the southeast. I expected this former governor to talk about this since he said that Tinubu listens to him and he's on the national television. You don't attempt to reap where you did not sow. Also, in most villages where they build these mansions in the southeast, they are forced to install their own electric poles, transformer, they are forced to build their own roads and drainage. These are purely the responsibility of the government that they are fair abysmally. They also provide their own water. In fact, in order to have a livable home with access to basic service, you will become a mini local government. Provide your own electricity and even security. If there is no access road to your mansion, you have to build road and the drainage. You have to pay for local vigilantes so as to be safe from kidnappers and unknown gunmen. So what is the responsibility of government? Their responsibility is to provide basic amenities and build access roads. After this, people will come and start developing their mansions. If the government has not done this, they have no right to come and start demanding property tax. That is a ridiculous thinking. In fact, no one will pay because you cannot be your own local government, providing a basic service by yourself, contributing money to buy power transformer that will serve the local community, and the government will come and tax you on top of that. Who does that? No, it's not possible. The government does not contribute in any way to the development of their localities. Why should they earn tax from the same locality? If they really want to collect property tax from the owners of this mansion, they must first of all come and show government presence in their localities. They should come and build roads, build drainages, provide electricity where it's lacking, provide water. The people will now pay taxes. Yes, no one should pay without seeing the benefit of government. Politicians squandered all the money they earn and they keep asking for more, and you want to contribute to them so they can keep wasting it? Even if Nigeria earn 1 trillion naira in a year, politicians will still find excuses to tell you that they need more money. They will squander all the money and steal everything. And the worst part of all this is that they are not competent. If they are competent and stealing some money and doing what is expected of them, that will be better. People will not complain. They are just outrightly wicked. Under just 7 months of President Tinubu, he has borrowed 7.5 trillion naira from the central bank through ways and means. Remember that President Buhari printed 25 trillion naira. The National Assembly later converted it to bonds. It will be repaid over a period of 40 years. All these men are old and will not partake in the repayment process. They are just mortgaging the future of Nigerians' youth. Everybody has lost confidence in government. Look at the solution to naira scarcity, forcing people to bring their cash that they have and put into the banking system. There was naira scarcity in 2022. President Tinubu even criticized it. He blamed Emefiele, the then CBN governor, for trying to use that to sabotage his campaign. So now, we is to be blamed for the naira scarcity. They are now blaming Nigerians, whereas they are the ones that bank outside the banking sector. Inject this money they kept in their house into the banking sector, and let's see if this scarcity won't stop. These politicians are just playing the Nigerian economy like Ludo. They try this one, it doesn't work, they try another one. Try and error everywhere. Why not just accept that you are just incompetent and you can't fix the problem, and allow those who have the capacity and the willpower to do it? And on top of all this, they are talking about petrol price increase of 1,200 naira per litre. That is insane. Petrol marketers are saying the price of petrol must increase. Otherwise, that will mean that the government is still paying subsidy. In the other hand, the NNPC says that they are recovering every money they spent in importing petrol, that the government is not subsidizing anything. We all know where it's going. Don't be surprised. Tomorrow, you might hear the marketers are right. NNC will kick in and threaten strike. Tinubu will call for a meeting instead of 1-2. Alright, let's leave it at 800 or 1,000 naira per litre. APC boys will hail Tinubu for intervening. NNC will go home and Nigerians will lament and adjust because this will be another increase in inflation. All this while, the salary remains stagnant. For the first time in many years in Nigeria, civil servants did not celebrate the Christmas with their salary. Yes, federal civil servants did not celebrate their salaries before the Christmas holiday. So every day the naira is being devalued. People no longer have confidence in the naira. Many people are dumping naira for other currencies in order to preserve their wealth. Yes, you wouldn't blame anyone for doing this. If you had 1 million naira in your account in 2022 at the prevailing exchange rate of the time, that was about 700 naira. When you convert that 1 million naira at that time, it will give you 1,400 plus dollars. Today, that 1 million naira has lost value. When you convert the same 1 million naira today, it's less than $1,000. So you wouldn't blame anyone who is dumping the naira. The government also is mopping up the naira. They think that in order to solve the inflation, they need to reduce cash in circulation. That too much money is chasing few goods. They think it's the cause of inflation in Nigeria, but that's not what is causing inflation. The major cause of inflation in Nigeria, we are not producing enough goods to go around, which can be traced to insecurity. If farmers can't return to their farms because of insecurity, there will be low production. their output will drop drastically, which will translate to low supply in the market. This is the major cause of inflation in Nigeria. Now, the second one is imported goods, which of course you know, petrol is number one. They have to import them with dollars, and the more the naira continues to devalue against the dollar, the higher you have to pay for imported goods in Nigeria. Now, think of how petrol, diesel and other oils drive Nigeria economy. Any increase in petrol price will definitely cause an increase in the cost of transportation, which will ultimately cause inflation. Because a merchant can't eat the cost. Something he used to transport for 1,000 naira has become 2,000 naira. He will simply pass the cost to the consumer. In conclusion, if the Ogun State former governor wants to advise them on how to earn more revenue, he should start by telling them how to cut the cost of governance. If they don't do that, no matter how much additional revenue they earn in the future, they will never be able to solve any problem. They will continue to squander it, and their large government contingent, their friends, their families will continue to squander the money that Nigeria has. It's never enough for Nigerian politicians in Nigeria. It's never enough for them. They will always want more, and whenever they want more, they will look at the citizens, they will try to reap the citizens, they will try to extort from the citizens, they will try to squeeze every single penny from the citizens while they keep on amassing wealth for themselves and their future and unborn generation. In addition to cutting down the cost of governance, he should also advise Tinubu that he should solve the issue of insecurity. There is no need why Nigerians should live in fear in Nigeria. There is no need why there is constant killing in the Plateau State and Southern Kaduna. These criminals, these people that are kidnapping people, killing the bandits, the Boko Haram, they should be brought to book. There is no need why we've been fighting the war of insecurity for years, for decades now, and we have no lasting solution to it. There is absolutely no need for it. This should be brought to an abrupt end immediately. Enough is enough. And in addition to that, you should open up the economy. There is no need why the Southeast should not have a functional seaport. A seaport should be situated in the Southeast because these people are purely traders. Thank you very much for watching. Do have a lovely day.
Paid money, and the state government, I can tell you, the state government, even in Ogun State, they are not collecting tenement rate, land use decree. We elite. I mean, I'm living in a mansion. It's because I was former governor. I pay my rate up to. I have to ask them. They don't even send me notices. But I mean, Governor Dakwabedu is now trying to computerize the system, where you have all the land, and then this is the way to make money. In London, I have a house. I pay council tax. Demand is always the demand from me. There are many ways state government, all those of can make money. All those of us building mansions in Southeast, mansions in many parts of the country, we should be made to pay tenement rate, ground rent, and everything. So I can tell you the state government need to be up and doing in a way that even we, the elites, who are just changing government, are dealt with.